Now, our government has changed a lot since 1776, but the spirit of the United States has remained the same. Today, we're giving thanks to the Second Amendment. I'm Ben, and you're watching the Minuteman Moment. American gun culture is rooted in a rich history of firearm ownership that spans back to before the Revolutionary War. Firearms were so critical to the Founding Fathers that they enshrined them in the Constitution with the Second Amendment. And while anti-gun billionaires like Michael Bloomberg have been working to strip the average American of their Second Amendment rights for years, significant court victories like DC versus Heller and New York State Rifle Pistol Association versus Bruin continue to prove that the Founding Fathers' intent was that each American has the God-given right to self-defense. The right to self-defense includes defense against a tyrannical government. In fact, the Second Amendment protects us from many of the worst threats in this modern era. For example, compare the COVID lockdowns in the United States to a communist dictatorship like China. In China, it was commonplace to see videos of citizens dragged out of their homes and their family pets killed over the suspicion that they were sick with COVID. The government could never attempt this in the United States because of our sizable armed citizenry. And while some states did attempt to shut down and implement restrictions, Americans largely ignored these without any consequences. Additionally, during COVID, first-time gun ownership skyrocketed. Many people realized what gun owners have been saying for years. Taking the defense of your family and your community into your hands ensures safety from unforeseen consequences, especially during emergencies. Another example is that Americans enjoy peace of mind that foreign militaries will not be able to invade the US like Russia did with Ukraine. An invading force to the United States would likely deal with a rifle behind every blade of grass due to the armed population. It's unlikely that the United States would ever have to deal with a war on our doorstep thanks to the Second Amendment. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, the Second Amendment protects all other rights from government overreach. For example, the First Amendment of the Constitution guarantees the right to free speech. However, free speech can only truly be protected when individuals are secure in their rights and can express their opinions without fear. The Second Amendment plays a critical role in safeguarding the First Amendment. By enabling individuals to protect themselves and their communities, the Second Amendment ensures that dissenting voices are not silenced through intimidation or violence. It provides a balance of power and discourages the abuse of authority. Speaking of abuse of authority, gun control is very much a modern phenomenon. While anti-gun billionaires and their friends in the federal government continue to attempt to restrict the rights of Americans, groups like Gun Owners America stand in opposition to these tyrants. Currently, the Biden administration and the ATF are attempting to pass a rule which would mandate universal background checks on every firearm sale nationwide. We're asking all gun owners to make their voices heard and leave a comment on the rule. We'll leave a link to use our pre-written comment in the description. This Thanksgiving, we're thankful for the Second Amendment. Now, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of GOA's latest fights for your rights.